At the top of a mountain in Rio, there stands a statue that has been struck in the head by lightning. Not once, but over and over again. Its fingers have shattered, parts of its head have cracked, and yet it still stands. Few people know. It almost didn't have its arms outstretched like today. It almost held the entire world in its hands, like a god gripping destiny itself. And then, one day, its image was replaced by a soccer player celebrating, arms wide open. The entire nation erupted, because what stands on top of Corcovado is not just a statue. It is something people believe is looking down on them, embracing them, or judging them. But the most unsettling part isn't the lightning. It's the reason it was built in the first place. And right now, let's dive into the most fascinating facts about Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer stands atop Corcovado Mountain in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The mountain rises about 2,330 feet above sea level, making the statue visible from nearly everywhere in the city. And here's something many people get wrong. Rio is not the capital of Brazil. Brasilia is. But Rio is the city the world remembers first. The statue itself stands about 98 feet tall. Its pedestal adds another 26 feet. Its arms stretch nearly 92 feet across, and the entire structure weighs roughly 600 to 700 tons. It was inaugurated in 1931 and quickly became Brazil's most powerful visual symbol. In 2007, it was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world. And from that moment on, those outstretched arms became almost synonymous with Brazil itself. Every year, millions climb the mountain, just to stand beneath it for a few minutes. But here's what most visitors don't know. The pose we recognize today almost didn't exist. The original design was completely different. Imagine standing beneath this statue. But instead of open arms like an embrace, Christ is holding a cross in one hand and lifting a globe in the other. Yes, the original design of Christ the Redeemer did not include outstretched arms. The initial concept was very direct. Christ carrying the cross, a symbol of sacrifice, and holding the globe, a symbol of holding the world. Clear, powerful, very religious. But then a problem appeared from a distance. And remember, the statue sits over 2,300 feet above the city. The globe looked like a ball. People began calling it something slightly ridiculous. Christ with a ball. And you know what's dangerous for a national symbol? Not criticism, but mockery. So the design was changed. Both arms were extended fully, holding nothing, gripping nothing, just open. And in that moment, the statue stopped being a symbol of power. It became a symbol of embrace. But as beautiful as that pose was symbolically, it was incredibly risky structurally. A 9.2-foot wingspan on a windy mountaintop is not a safe decision. And that's when nature entered the story. When nature started to strike. The statue stands over 2,300 feet above sea level, on an exposed mountaintop, arms stretched 92 feet wide. If you were lightning, where would you strike? Christ the Redeemer is almost a perfect target for the sky. On average, it struck several times every year. Not rare. Routine. In 2008, a powerful storm hit Rio. Lightning struck its head and hands. In 2014, another strike shattered part of a thumb. The images made national headlines. Brazilians watched every stage of restoration. There's a powerful irony here. The symbol built to protect the city is the first to take the hit from nature. And here's what makes it even more fascinating. It isn't made of metal. Inside, it's reinforced concrete. Outside, millions of small soapstone tiles placed by hand. Every lightning strike isn't just a crack. It's a delicate surgical restoration of a national icon. And yet, after every storm, it still stands, arms open. But those open arms would one day ignite another storm, not from the sky, from people. When a sacred symbol was replaced, there was a moment when those outstretched arms were replaced. A commercial once placed Ronaldo celebrating with his arms wide open, exactly where Christ the Redeemer stands. Visually, brilliant. Symbolically, dangerous. Because, to Brazilians, this isn't just a statue. It's faith. When nature damages it, people repair it. But when humans replace it, the reaction is far stronger. Lightning cracks stone. Replacement cracks belief. And speaking of stone, what you see isn't entirely stone. It looks like solid stone, but it's not. From a distance, the statue appears carved from one massive block. But the truth is, inside, reinforced concrete. Outside, millions of small soapstone tiles. Why not build it entirely from stone? Because a 9-2-foot wingspan on a windy mountain doesn't allow romantic decisions. Concrete provides strength. Soapstone provides detail, facial features, folds in the robe, and durability against tropical weather. A practical choice for something spiritually symbolic, beautiful, but structurally dangerous. Those arms look light, like a strong gust of wind could shake them. But reality says otherwise. A 9-2-foot span at over 2,300 feet above sea level means constant wind pressure. The wider the arms, the stronger the force against them. A minor structural miscalculation could have made them the weakest point. Choosing reinforced concrete wasn't just material preference. It was survival. A cold engineering decision, serving a warm symbol. And that pose raises another question. Is it a cross or an embrace? A cross or an embrace? From afar, those arms form a perfect horizontal line. Many see a cross, a reminder of sacrifice. But others see something different. Arms open, holding nothing, grasping nothing, just extended. For many Brazilians, it's not a cross. It's a hug, a welcome, a gesture of peace. And that ambiguity is the real power. The more interpretations a symbol allows, the longer it lives. It doesn't dictate meaning. It stands there, letting each person decide. And its power doesn't lie in height or weight. It lies in the fact that an entire city lives with it every single day. When an embrace becomes value. In Rio, something fascinating happens. 2 identical apartments, but the one with a view of Christ the Redeemer almost always costs more. Just for the view. A statue standing still on a mountain can influence the value of entire neighborhoods below. People pay more just to wake up and see those arms. It's no longer architecture. It's presence. It has stood there for nearly a century, and the city grew around it. But here's the deeper irony. By numbers, it's not the biggest, not the tallest. So why does the entire world recognize it? From just a silhouette, not the biggest, but unforgettable. Christ the Redeemer is not the tallest statue in the world, not the largest, not record-breaking. And yet, draw a skyline with a figure standing arms wide open. No label needed. The world knows it's Brazil. That's the power of a symbol. It doesn't need to break records. It only needs to imprint memory. And to reach that presence, people once had to earn it. Reaching it was never easy. For years, to stand beneath those arms, visitors had to climb over 200 steps. No elevators. No escalators. Just wind and footsteps. Only later were escalators and elevators installed to make access easier. But perhaps the journey mattered because of why it was built. Why was it built? Christ the Redeemer didn't appear by accident. In the early 20th century, after Brazil separated church and state, Catholics sought a powerful reminder of faith. From that idea, an international project was born. A Brazilian engineer designed the structure. A French sculptor helped shape it. And the face was crafted by Gheorghe Leonida, a religious symbol built by many hands. It stands for faith, but it was built by the world. Today, we didn't just look at a statue. We looked at a symbol that almost had a completely different design, gets struck by lightning multiple times every year, and still stands. Sparked nationwide outrage over a single commercial, and became an image that the world recognizes from nothing more than a silhouette with open arms. But here's the real question. Those outstretched arms, are they a cross or an embrace? Are they a symbol of faith or a symbol of power? And if someone proposed changing its design today, would you accept it? Be honest. Tell me in the comments. I want to know what you see when you look at Christ the Redeemer. If you enjoy breaking down famous landmarks from a completely different angle, hit subscribe right now, because the next symbol we explore might just change the way you see it forever. I'll see you in the next episode.